Picture this. It's 1985. You're working at Nickelodeon and someone proposes the idea of a Halloween sweepstakes. It's a good idea. It sounds great for kids, because it's Halloween, winning free stuff, and answering phone calls from strangers. It's just what the kids love. Hello?
This is United States calling. Are we reaching?
Wrong number. However, with a name like Nick or Treat, you can only get so far before people start realizing what it sounds like. This is the history of Nick or Treat, Nickelodeon's Halloween sweepstakes.
You send them a postcard. You practiced for weeks.
Nick or treat.
Now it's time for
Nick or treat.
Nick's calling 2,500 kids all this week during the Ozone and all morning on Halloween.
Starting in 1985, Nick or Treat was a Halloween sweepstakes hosted by Nickelodeon in which prizes would be given away in various methods, the most common being phone calls. Kids who sent out a postcard to Nickelodeon to enter the sweepstakes were instructed to answer any phone call they received all day by responding with, I'm going to try to enunciate this as clear as I can as to avoid any misinterpretation, Nick or Treat, in order to win one of the prizes Nickelodeon offered to them that
Jill.
What?
We're not doing the Nick or Treat video anymore.
We're not?
We're not.
But I already got everything set up for the video. I don't know what to do next.
Well, I got some complaints that the name Nick or Treat sounds too similar to something we can't say on TV, and we're gonna have to come up with a plan B if we don't want our show to get taken off the air.
Well, if we can't do Nick or Treat, what am I supposed to do for the Halloween special instead?
We do have another Nick thing you can do instead.
The movie Crybaby Lane?
No, not that one.
Oh no, I don't, no, not that. You're not talking about...
Yeah, it's Noel the evil Nickelodeon.
Damn it. Well, I guess I don't have anything else to do for the Halloween special this year.
Well, I mean, you can always take a look at the new FNAF movie.
I'm not going to review that. NoedolekciN. I'm gonna call it Nickelodeon instead for the sake of not having to pronounce the name every single time I read that. It's a bizarre subgenre that's been spreading around on YouTube in the logo community. The most common one you'll see involves taking the Nickelodeon logo, flipping it horizontally, tinting it red, adding that same spooky music behind it, and calling it a day. Some have gotten creative with theirs and tried to make a decent adaptation of the story, most are just the same old you'll see around YouTube all the time. I tried making a retake of the pasta at one point, but that kind of went onto its own thing. You can check it it's on the second channel. I'll put a link in the description. It's not the best analog horror you'd ever see, but for what it is, a simple one-off made for fun, I think it's pretty good. But what I'm mentioning there, that's neither here nor there. So, without further ado, we're gonna get directly into this pasta and see what's up. This is Nickelodeon. I'm pretty sure you're a 90s kid and you remember how popular Nickelodeon was in your day with loads of tunes to watch Saturday morning. It had its flaws ever since 2011. You see, it had all these trends that people find old and stuff, but my story is about something evil, so despicable, it made me scarred for life. I was watching Nickelodeon on my TV because what else would I will be doing besides playing outside or playing Roblox on the Xbox One? I just got done watching The Loud House and was awesome as usual. I was scrolling through the channel guide to see what to watch next since Nickelodeon is airing an episode of a show that I don't like. As I was scrolling through the guide, I came across a channel called NOE. No. I can tell from the guide that this is how you say the channel name in short terms, but what's strange, the channel number was 666. Oh crap, I spoke. I had a bad feeling that this could be a channel for the devil himself. I pressed select on the remote on the channel and... Oh. It's scarier than I expected it to be. The channel was airing a creepy version of the SpongeBob SquarePants end credits, and the song was slowed down along with a creepy version of the United Plankton logo, but Plankton is spelled backwards, and it has .avi on it, along with the Death Squidward picture from Red Mist. Then came something that looked like the Nickelodeon splat, but it's so different like I suspected it to be. The words are spelled backwards, the splat looked more like a blood splat, and the music sounded like it came from an old record player, and at the bottom it said 666 MTV Networks. This started to become so clear to me now. In the guide, the channel name said no. It's short for how Nickelodeon is spelled backwards, which is noedolekciN. This TV channel is nothing but a monster, but the question is, who the hell made this TV channel to begin with anyway? I asked angrily. I went to my laptop to do some research on noedolekciN. I looked it up on Google and I found results for it. I clicked on one of them that is a news article about the channel. It wrote,
noedolekciN scares people around the world. The channel noedolekciN is the most horrifying channel to ever exist. Critics say, is this some Halloween phase? We can assure you that this ain't no Halloween phase. It's all real scary stuff. Be warned, never show it to your children, or their childhood can say, bye-bye.
It's weird that the news knew about the channel, but it still doesn't answer my question of who made the channel from the start it was aired on TV. So I went back to the TV and saw what else noedolekciN put on their channel. Well, it can't be scarier than that, I spoke. I was wrong. The channel now played the end credits to a creepy episode of Rugrats, and my heart is already racing. The Klasky Supo Splat logo played, but what's different is that Supo was spelled backwards, just like Nickelodeon with noedolekciN, and the Splat was Klasky Opusk. Opusk? Klasky Opusk. Yeah, Opusk. And the Splat said Klasky Opskus. Fucking shit. I'll just go wrong with that. And it displayed as Klasky Osup.avi nightmares. Makes sense since this whole channel was a nightmare. Now I was expecting the same Bloodsplat logo I saw last time, but something else came on. It was noedolekciN's version of the Nickelodeon Laugh logo from 2000, but the difference is that it had a scream that sounded like something from a G Major video on YouTube. It was so loud, I had to cover my ears. When I uncovered my ears, I noticed red liquid on my hands. My ears literally bled from hearing that scream. Ah! I screamed. After I cleaned my bloody ears off, I had one way to find out about this channel, and that was to email Nickelodeon themselves about it. So, I went to Yahoo Mail and made an email to Nickelodeon about Nickelodeon. About a few days later, they finally answered. This is what their email said in response.
Hello, Nickelodeon fan from Texas. We are so sorry you are one of the people who saw noedolekciN. People are going to ask the same question to us about who made it and where it came from. Well, what we all know is that this was all done by a guy named George Ortiz. He used to be an employee in our studio, and he apparently made a secret creepy version of our TV channel, and made creepypastas of lost episodes of our shows a reality. So we promptly fired him, and he was never to be seen again. Sorry for seeing this.
So it was George Ortiz that was responsible for it, I said. I was angry because he is the reason there was a creepy version of Nickelodeon, and now more and more people's childhoods are going to be ruined thanks to him. I rushed back to the TV and changed it back to regular Nickelodeon, and SpongeBob started playing. To all the people reading this, beware of what tricks George Ortiz has with Nickelodeon. It can kiss your childhood goodbye.
And so what we have learned applies to our lives today, and God has a lot to say in his book.
This story has more holes in it than a block of Swiss cheese. Like, for one, the narrator was only terrified of the closing. He only saw the closing logos. He never saw like any of the cartoons or anything. He only just saw the closing logos and decided to piss his pants. That's what caused like the 100% pissometer for him. And then why? And another thing I want to mention. At the beginning of the story, they mentioned that, the narrator mentioned that Nickelodeon had flaws ever since 2011. Yet, in the very next paragraph, they mention watching The Loud House and how awesome it was. But why would you call that awesome? That is like a post-2011 Nickelodeon cartoon. You can't just make two contradictory statements back to back and expect us to not notice that. Like, another thing. I have more. Another thing. Why did Nickelodeon specify the narrator was from Texas in the beginning of the email? Plus, including that email, why are they... they know about the whole thing, but then why would they not do anything about it? You'd think they, like file a legal lawsuit or something, but no. They're just like, hey, sorry your childhood got ruined, bro. We don't... we apologize for that. A lot of people knew about that. No! What the... I want to tie back... I want to tie back to the Texas thing. Like, that's like if I wrote a email to Nintendo, and then the first thing it starts off with is, hello, Nintendo fan from Virginia. Like, I know where I live, motherfucker. Why do you have to specify that? There is so many things wrong with this. The bad spelling, grammar, anything. I have no idea how old the person who wrote this is, or if this like whole thing is just a joke, an elaborate satire of bad comedy in the creepypasta world. But either way, this is absolutely bizarre to just like witness. I've been spent like the last few weeks just like digging into this rabbit hole, trying to figure this shit out. I've never gotten to the bottom of it. It just keeps going down and down. I just it confuses me too. I don't know. I don't think we ever have to read any more of these bad pastas ever again.
Jill, look! The audience loves your video on Evil Nickelodeon. This is doing numbers.
Really? Well, that's neat to hear.
Yeah, we gotta keep doing this if we want to keep the audience. Here, take this.
What the hell is this?
It's a script for the Lost THX text trailer creepypastas video. I'm not sure what it is, but it sounds interesting. It'll definitely keep the views up.
I don't feel like doing these Halloween specials anymore. I got breakout plan B. Where'd I put my button? Ah, here we are. Self-destruct.